Yolanda Diaz and Pedro Sanchez met at a college party almost a year ago. They were instantly smitten with each other, and it was undeniable that sparks were flying. They hung out a few times and went on some dates after, and soon enough, they were officially in a relationship. From the start, their relationship was passionate and intense. They enjoyed spending time together, just cuddling and talking for hours. Pedro was very gentle and chivalrous with Yolanda, and she felt her heart flutter every time he held her close. One night, Yolanda invited Pedro to a romantic picnic under the stars, and of course, he said yes. Yolanda prepared all her favorite foods and fine wine for Pedro, and they indulged in a feast on a straw mat. After they finished eating, Pedro put his arms around Yolanda and kissed her so sweetly. Every time they were alone together, Pedro pulled Yolanda into his embrace and showered her with soft kisses. Soon enough, their kiss deepened and they melted into each other, forgetting the world. Yolanda was so lost in their romantic and passionate embrace that all she wanted was to stay in Pedro's arms forever. Already in love with him, Yolanda felt that their kiss was a direct expression of their intense feelings for each other. They stayed in that same spot for hours, unbothered by anything else around them. Pedro stared into Yolanda's eyes like he was looking deeply inside her, and she returned his gaze with just as much intensity. No words could explain how Yolanda felt when Pedro held her. It was pure bliss. Every time they kissed, Yolanda felt shivers of pleasure running through her. She was completely entranced by him. Yolanda and Pedro felt an uncanny connection in their kiss, as though it was the ultimate expression of their love. When they eventually drew apart, Yolanda and Pedro knew that their love was true and unbreakable. Every time they kissed, they became even more in love with each other. It was a magical experience. As they walked back home that night, they held hands and whispered sweet nothings that made Yolanda blush. Yolanda knew that the way Pedro made her feel was something that she had never experienced before. In that moment, Yolanda knew that Pedro was the man of her dreams and that her life would be complete with him. When they finally reached Yolanda's house, Pedro kissed her again in a more passionate way, and all Yolanda could do was to make it last forever. Yolanda was captivated by Pedro, and she knew that no one else could ever compare. Pedro was her sun and her moon and her everything, and Yolanda felt truly blessed for having him in her life. Yolanda and Pedro made love in ways like never before, and their kisses felt like they had transcended the physical realm.